Big up yourselves and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, it's Jack from JRC. Welcome and big up yourself. Now on your way through, if you're staying, please do consider hitting that subscribe button. You would become a legend. In today's video, we are back on a job that we did a previous video when we were first fixing, I think. If I can find it, I'll leave a link up here. Check it out. It's awesome. But yeah, today we are going to be sorting the mains out, getting the power on. Let's get in there. While I do, run that thing. Gosh, look at this. It's coming on, isn't it? Let's show you what we're going to be doing today. So, oh, it's massive, isn't it? First thing we are going to be doing, well, the thing I'm going to be doing on this video is getting the fuse board in. So, as you can see there, there's going to be a bit of an echo because I'm in a cupboard, Harry Potter style. As you can see there, all our cables are dropping down here and they're just left in a coil. So we've got all our twin and earths that are obviously feeding the different circuits in the property. And then we've got our split con, which is going to be our main feed into the consumer unit. So my plan for in there is 4x2 trunking. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to come down and across, don't know whether I'm going to come down the rake of the ceiling and down, and I don't know whether I'm just going to come down and just straight down into the board, which is probably what I'll do, so that when they open the door, the fuse board's right there, they can mess with it if it trips or anything. The future won't trip for a few years though, obviously, because I've done the electrician on me. So, length of trunking now, I'm going to go from the top down to about this sort of height, get the board on there. Nice. Then from there, bottom of the trunking, what we're doing. I'll show you what we're doing, chill. So, we've got BG Fortress consumer unit. So this is a 15-way with a main switch, SPD, all of that. And then we're going to be fitting RCBO. So type A ICBOs into the board. Nice. How are we getting the cables into the board, I hear you ask? We're going to be using these. So in each corner, we're going to be using these and it's going to stand the board off the wall by that much, which is about 30 mil, something like that. So that way the board's on the wall, we can swoop all our cables down the back and back entry into the consumer unit. Makes it a bit easier for me, makes it look nice and neat. Right, first thing we're going to do is take a measurement now from up here down to where our board's going to be located, get the trunking cut, get the trunking fitted, then we can start dressing the cables down, getting them cut to a more appropriate size, and then get the board mounted. Right, here is the board open. Now what we're going to be doing, we're going to be knocking this knockout here out. Where's my thing gone? I've just had it. I've literally just had it. That's that then. It was here under the board. So that's going to be going into there. So all we've got to do for that is just push that into there. Now this comes with the board, so that'll fit in there. And then that gives us our entry for our cables coming in. Now what I am going to do is probably knock this one out as well, put some grommet strip round, that way our split con can come into there, straight into the main switch and into the earth. So what I'm going to do to get this mounted on the wall is hold this up, offer it up into place, get it nice and level, and then I'm going to mark the holes onto the wall. Now I know that we're using these, but obviously the holes don't move, so once they're marked, drilled out, that's where they're going. Then these we can just slot behind just before we fix it to the wall. Right, the board is now mounted, and as you can see now, those are the spaces that I've used. Swoop down, round, and into the back of the consumer unit. So most of the cables are through now. We've got this, which was our temporary feed from the existing, and then we've got another feed, which is one of our immersion heaters that I just ran into the socket just to get us power down the other side of the building where the immersions are. So we've got a temporary power there, but that will be used for our other immersion feed. So once I've disconnected it out of that socket there, it can go into its breaker here. Also, the two lighting circuits I've just run in and they've been on Wagos and onto a plug top, which I did the other day just to temporarily get the lights on for them so they can see what they are doing. Now, this split con, I've got to get that in. What I'm going to do is probably use the gap there to push it through. It closes our gap off and obviously it's easy enough to do. Run it straight around the back, just get it through and strip it off. Now to strip this, we're going to be using the Ultra EV stripper. So this is a cable stripper. If you're seeing there, there's a little blade there. We can twist this to adjust it. And what we'll do, we'll put our cable in there, twist it around a few times and then give it a pull and that blade is going to split the whole length of the cable. So just like this, we're going to loosen that down a little bit there, clip it over the cable, give it a twist around, and then just pull, and it's going to strip off right the way down to the length. Oh, this tool is actually mint for the Ultra EV cable as well. I don't know if you've used that before, but it is a nightmare to strip. With this, it flies off. Now, I'm not sure if you can see this, but it's left that little cut mark there. All we've got to do now is just strip it off, he says. Oh. To be fair, I could have gone a little bit deeper with that, but we moved. So now we've stripped that off, you can see the cable a bit better. We've got our earth and our neutral wrapped right the way around the live conductor in the middle. So we'll get these unwrapped now, get the cover off, and then, yeah, show you how we're going in. Now I've stripped it, you can see a bit better what I'm talking about. So once we've unravelled these neutrals, that is going to be our neutral conductor there. All those are going to go together, they're going to get stripped off. They're going to go in the main switch. We're going to unravel the earths. Those are our earths, so we'll sleeve those up. There's 4 of those. There's, how many of these? I've never counted these. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 of these. And then there is our live conductor in the middle. Right, I'm going to get these round and into the board, and then I'll show it you once I've dressed it in. And that is what it's saying when it's connected. So there's our 4 earths. I've just moved this one over, it's the SPD earth. There's our 4 earths in, live and neutral in there. That's that done. I've still got the trunk in to tidy up coming down here, but I won't bother doing that till we've got all the cables in. So once this power's on, I can feed those last few circuits in, because otherwise it's going to be pitch black while I'm doing it. Next thing for us to do is get the RCBOs into the board. So first of all, we've got our 32s. So Type A, 32 amp RCBO from BG once again. So these, let me just show you the actual length of the neutral conductor on these. That's massive. That is awesome. So 332s, which is our cooker, our hob, and our kitchen ring circuit. So we'll get them in first. Then we've got a load of 20 amps. So we've got electric heating, we've got 2 immersion heaters, and we've got our other 2 socket circuits. So we've got, I think, lounge and front area, rear, and then obviously our kitchen ring for the rest of the sockets. Then we've got 4 heating circuits, and obviously our 2 immersion. They're going to all be going on a 20 amp, so A type, B 20 amp. 6 amps, we've got our lights this end, lights rear, and our smoke alarms. So what we normally tend to do this is going to be a rental. So in rentals, we'll put our smoke alarms on with one of the lighting circuits. Now that's just in case, if they're going off or anything, you don't know what the tenants are like. They could just turn them off at the board, and obviously your property's not safe then. So we tend to put it on with the lights so they can't flick them off. If they do flick them off, they're in darkness. Right, I'm going to get a few of these put away, and then we'll come back when they're done. Le Bosch, that's all connected up now. I've still got 2 20s to go in that gap there, but that is looking full. Nice. Bit of tidying up to do, and that's as good as finished. Still got the temporary bits coming out, so once I've connected up the other side, I'll get these stripped back, get them into the board, get them connected. Oh, now I've got to do this lid here. So what I'm going to do is try and mite to the top and just come straight down and obviously finish it on top of the board there. But I'm not going to do that until these cables have gone in. Now I've also got this socket here was supposed to be a spur, but what I'm going to do is just put a spur next to it. The socket can stay. There's no reason why it can't. It's on its own circuit there. So I'll just get a fast fix box out, get that cut into the left, and that's going to be for that electric rad in the bathroom. So there's the flex. It's just got to go through the wall and into the spur to power it up. And we've got another spur there for a heater. We've got a spur there for a heater. And then we've got a bit to do in this cupboard. So to get the feed round to the lights into here was a bit of a nightmare. So this is what I've done. Next to that double socket, I've just put a spur, and all that is controlling is a feed over to here. So we've got a feed in for a light switch, and then a feed out that's going over to there. That'll just have a pendant on there. And then here is the power for the immersion. So as you can see there, we've got 2 immersion stats and 2 cables coming in. So I didn't know where any of this would go in. So all I did when I first fixed it, drilled it through, left a big coil for me to sort out, after. One of these is being used for temporary power I showed you earlier. So at the board, the existing feed-in, I've just reconnected our new cable onto it just to bring socket into here. So my plan here, bit of trunking round or even straight down and just put 2 spurs on the wall there, and then obviously that'll flex out into our immersion stats. And that's that room. So then coming through, all this is done. Power was onto this just till I turned it off. We've done through here, we've done through here. Now in here, same again, this was a nightmare to get out into an outdoor light, which is there. I've still got to put that up. So our lighting circuit finishes at this switch. They all look like they're on the wonk, but they're not. They're just not screwed back because it's done a bit of filling where my multi-tool's caught it. So if you can see down there, we've put a spur as well off the socket, which comes out. Look at that. She's clean, isn't she? To there. So that's going to be our outdoor light, which I'll show you now. Now I have shown you these lights on the channel before, but I will show you again. So whisker box, that's obviously going to be our feed-in. And this is an Essence light from Lasica, so it's a 30 watt flood with a PIR. Let's get it open, show you what I'm talking about. So for these, they've got the little quick release mounting bracket, which if we loosen this off here, it can go on an angle. So once it's fixed up, we can adjust it whichever side we want it. We can have it turning on the side, we can have it straight, we can have it up, down, whatever, but it just basically, this fixes to the wall and then we can adjust it through the bracket. And there she blows. So like I said, just fix it on the wall, loosen it off and tighten it up from the back, and that's how we can have it sitting, which perfectly lights up this little area hither. But yeah, they're awesome. I really like those lights, to be fair. Using them quite a lot. Obviously RS stock them, big up RS. Everything that you see on the video is from there. So if you want to check them out, link in the description. Awesome wholesalers. Also, deliver all around the country. I have also cut that spur in there and just poked the cable through, back through into the stud wall and just round and through into the spur. But I've got no fast fix boxes, so that's awesome. That means I also can't do that light switch. Wicked. What I can do is the power to this extractor. So I've got a socket to go up there and I've got 2 cooker switches, so I'm probably going to put them both in there. One's going to feed the oven, one's going to feed the hob once the worktop's done. Also, I've just noticed, just to show you quickly, those lights are on a different switch, just in case you're judging me. So we've got kitchen, little dining bit, and obviously the lounge down there. Mint! I'm going to go around and show you quickly where we've taken the feed from for this property. So that's where it is at the minute. This is just a front door up to another set of flats there. So it's coming through the ceiling there. What I've got to do is route it over and into here. Now, this board here used to feed the shop in there. We're going to have to keep 1 or 2 circuits on for the communal lighting and things is on that board as well. So what we're going to do is take our split con into a KMF, off this communal one, we'll follow it back, put a Henley block set in there, feed the KMF off to feed our split con. But as you just saw, that's going to be a nightmare to do. Off a ladder, in everybody's way. So the last thing I need is a camera pointing at me while I'm doing it. I might show you it in a bit if I remember. I'll get it all done and then we'll go back and show you what I mean about the KMFs and Henley blocks and things. That's on, the power's on, get up. I was going to show you then, he's locked the door. I'll walk round, it's all right. Oh, he's locked the gates and all. That's awesome. Perhaps I won't show you that then. I'll show you the power on there. Look, I told you, power's on. He's got the key now, so he's just going to unlock it for us. We're in. So if you can see, I've had to Henley block these tails up and under and into the KMF there. Still got to put the shroud on above there. I'll do that tomorrow there. And yeah, the power's on. Honestly, that took a lot longer than it should have. It was just a nightmare. It's boiling hot, up the ladder, in the little cupboard. Yeah, sorry about that. We've got rid of the temporary power. That is coming into here. We've got rid of that there. So there's our 2 immersions. Now, I'll do that tomorrow. I've got to pick some bits up anyway and pick the RCBOs up and ting. Still got that switch to chop in there, which I did find I'd left on the floor, which is buzzing because I didn't think I had one. In here, we've got hob switch on the top, cooker switch on the bottom. She's powered up, she's on. Obviously the hob's not, but I have drilled through the side there, and then I can just pull the cable around into the switch. And this will be the cable that I pull through. So that's pre-flexed off the hob. Nice. Yeah, that's about it for today. I've got to pick up those bits in the morning. We'll have a run round. We'll do the trunking and the immersions, get the last few switches chopped in, and then give it a quick test and get out of here. See you tomorrow. I filmed this video a few weeks ago. I've just started editing it. There was no day 2. I did not record anything, and I was supposed to. I think it was because the builders and that were there and everywhere, and yeah, so I am sorry about that. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Big up yourselves. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for your continued support. Big up my members as well, yeah. They support the channel extra amounts by joining the membership. Links in the description if you want to do it, you know what I mean? But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Leave a comment, let me know what you think, leave a like, and please do consider hitting that subscribe button. It helps us out a lot more than you will ever know. So big up, see you later, ta-ra.